Hey there, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about my 5 most anticipated sci-fi and fantasy releases for May 2024. But before we go ahead and get on into the books, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as well as giving this video a like to throw a little bit of support my way. The first one is When Among Crows by Veronica Roth. This is a novella, and Veronica Roth is probably most well known for writing the Divergent series, which is a YA dystopian. But this book definitely sounds more like an urban fantasy. It does take place in our world in the city of Chicago. Currently, the city is being overrun by monsters that feed on human emotions. And then we follow knights that are combating these monsters. And in order to do that, they have to fashion weapons by taking a part of their soul and then creating the weapon from it. We're following a character named Dimitri, and then we follow a character named Ala, who is consumed by pain and received a curse that was passed down from her mother. And this curse will eventually take her life. One fateful night, Dimitri comes to Ala with a bargain. Help him find the legendary witch named Baba Yaga, and he will give her a flower that supposedly will cure her curse and extend her life. Ala has no clue that Dimitri is a knight and that he combats monsters, and they only have one day to figure all of this out until the flower wilts and dies. When Among Crows is only 176 pages, and it sounds like a super fun story. Expected publication date is May 14th. Next, we have The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. This is a new adult fantasy series called the Last Legacy series, and obviously this is book 1. In this book, we are following a character named Lucan, and he finds out that his estranged father has been murdered under unusual circumstances, so he takes it upon himself to investigate. His search ultimately leads him to this fabled city named Sophrana. The city is basically ruled by very cunning merchants that can't always be trusted, and anything can be bought if one has the money to do so. So Lucan finds himself buying intel into his father's murder, which pulls him into a web of deep dark secrets in this city. The Silver Blood Promise reminds me a lot just of that synopsis of The Gentleman Bastards by Scott Lynch or The Lies of Locke Lamora, which makes me super interested in reading it, and expected publication date is May 7th. Next, we have Snowblooded by Emma Sterner Radley. This is a YA fantasy, and it is described as The Princess Bride meets Six of Crows. The setting of this takes place in 18th century Scandinavia, so definitely a setting I don't think I've ever read a fantasy story in before. We are following 2 characters, Valor and Petrichor, I believe is how you say the name. And they are both esteemed members of this Assassin's Guild who is charged with keeping order in this really, really rough city known as Venderstock. These 2 assassins are complete opposites. Valor is known as using his brawn to survive, and Petrichor is known as using his gentlemanly charms to get what he wants. One day, these 2 assassins are put together and given a mission. They are supposed to kill the leader of the illegal magic trade organization in this city. But these 2 assassins have to put their rivalry aside in order to get this done. In addition to the assassin job, Valor is also given the responsibility of protecting an aristocrat named Ingrid, of whom he finds extremely attractive. Both the assassins begrudgingly accept Ingrid's connections to the dark parts of the city, and all of them have to work together to figure out what's going on with this illegal magic trade, as well as keeping Ingrid alive through all of it. Snowblooded's release date is May 9th. Next, we have another YA fantasy, and that is The Lamplighter by Crystal Bell. In this book, we are following a character named Temperance, and she is literally a lamplighter. So she lives in this town that is known for whaling. So in order to keep people safe and help these ships navigate the fog, she has to make sure that she is lighting the lamps. And she learned this trade from her father. One day, Temperance actually finds her father hanging from one of these lamp posts. And she is given the responsibility of taking over this position that her father once held, even though the town doesn't 100% think she's competent to do it. When a young girl goes missing after 2 of her lights go out, which is like something that is not supposed to happen, Temperance takes it upon herself to investigate. Her investigation leads her to some unsettling truths about her town, the authorities, as well as some monsters that might lie in the water outside of her village, in addition to these strange magical figureheads that dot the town. This book has been labeled as gothic horror YA fantasy, which sounds right up my alley. Expected release date is May 21st. And next we have an adult sci-fi book, and that is Escape Velocity by Victor Manibo. The setting of this book is the Space Habitat Altair, which is this premium luxury resort space station that is in low orbit over Earth. And it is the prime location for the wealthy and the prestigious, as well as the setting or the place for this reunion of the Rockford Institute. Rockford boasts only the best, the most prestigious, wealthiest students attend this institute. And right now, they are currently having their 25th reunion aboard this lavish space station. So what we also learn is that Earth is currently dying and they are looking into settling on Mars. So what we learn is that the people, all these wealthy, prestigious people from the Rockford Institute have put applications in order to be part of this new Mars settlement. So they're kind of like jockeying to get their applications put at the beginning of the line. But while all of these prestigious, wealthy graduates from the Rockford Institute are rivaling one another, they are failing to notice the actual agenda of this space station. So this has been described as a sci-fi thriller, and it sounds to me kind of like an Agatha Christie book that is set on a space station, but there might be some like overarching conflict or overarching antagonist that has to do with the technology of the space station, or maybe even like the corporation that owns the space station. I don't know. So it seems like an interesting combination of elements of different genres. And Escape Velocity's expected publication date is May 21st. Okay, you guys, that is it for 5 books that I am excited about to be released in the month of May. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in reading any one of these books, or if any of you have had a chance to read them already. If you've gotten an art copy or NetGalley copy, just let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!